Hello once again, I'm brschultz. Thank you for joining me. It is Thursday, December 19th. We saw the market crash, didn't we? That was amazing. Lots and lots of waiting, lots of trusting the model and believing that there is something there, because every time I doubt that stupid macro bust model, when it's synced properly, of course I have to put that disclaimer in there. You know, if you obviously don't have it synced, you might be led to think there's a giant bust and nothing comes, but in this case, I back tested it, right? I checked 1987. It checked out. Checked out a number of other busts throughout history. They checked out. So I knew something was about to happen. I knew it. It wasn't the earthquake. It wasn't Congress or Trump's future cabinet possibly being swatted. It wasn't assassins in the streets. No. It was the Fed either stating that they're not going to decrease rates as much as the market hoped for in 2025, or the fact that the CR by Congress, specifically Mike Johnson, who told us there would not be a bust of any type, and then he lied to us. And actually, the CR at year-end was a huge bust. Oh, and then Elon Musk got involved and tanked the thing, but Mike Johnson has completely, unfortunately, been a huge failure and should step down, in my opinion. But I won't go there. I want to show you what is going to happen after the December 23rd low in markets. And I wish you a very Merry Christmas, you and your family, from mine, from the Schultzes. And we saw the massive crash unfold. That was amazing. Being able to call those in history is, a luxury. To be known for calling it, to be known for waiting for it, to be known for saying any day now, any day now, any day now, and then the market collapses. And everyone thinks, wow, you're a freaking genius. How did you do that with just Excel and a stupid zigzag graph? There's no way. You look like a 5th grade amateur in a world of sharks, and yet you somehow knew the world was going to crumble. That was pretty cool. So, the market peak is slated for January 3rd. That's right. The next swing trade peak, the next peak in the swing trade model, I believe, is going to be around January 3rd, after the December 23rd swing trade low. Each one of these trades has been about 14 days in length. This one's even shorter, so we'll have to see what happens of it. I think essentially when you have a giant tanking, it's the first leg up is a little muted, and then it probably hits some type of exhaustion pretty quick, because it's just not strong enough. It doesn't have enough strength. So I can always give you an update, obviously near the end of December, if I see something different, yada yada yada. But that's what I'm seeing today. So before the Christmas holiday, you can look at my work and say, oh, he's already calling something. So, and I have the time today. I have a big family, so don't always have the time. Okay, let's move on to the graphs. If you want to say thanks, show or give a donation of any type, you can either scan the QR codes, or there's a PayPal link below the video. Or if you want to wish me a Merry Christmas and send me a gift that way too, you can use these. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you and your families. Okay, so this is what I call the zigzag model, or the gold wave model, daily macro model. It was my first model when I first started doing this back in 2010ish. I created this, and I'll give a little bit of the secret recipe, if you will. The zigzag is based on the midpoint of the daily candle. So it's kind of a comparison between midpoints, if you will. So I'll give you a little bit of an insight. I won't give you the whole secret, right? But yeah. And then obviously I took some kind of average of that to get the gold wave, right? And then, you know, with Excel, you can expand the range, you can shrink the range, you know, you can offset it, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, if you're good with Excel, yeah, then, and which I am, hopefully, or at least enough to do this, right? Yeah. So a little dad humor every now and then. Hopefully you don't get bored with it. Now you see this sawtooth graph just completely dive and crash into the exact bottom that was projected, right? I think one of the video two or three ago, I said that it looked like the model was gonna bottom her just before Christmas, around Christmas, before Christmas. And I stuck to that, right? I said, yes, that's the 1, 2, 3 is very clearly defined. I wake up every morning and stare at it and be like, yeah, that's whether I've had my coffee or I haven't had my coffee, it's staring back at me and saying, yeah, I'm right here. So I had a very strong feeling that that was going to happen. Those of you who watched my blog noticed that that sawtooth graph did not break until the Fed date. It kept going higher and higher and higher and higher because with the midpoint in the formula or the equation, you need somehow the midpoints to break. And with the daily candles just staying very tight and compact, it wasn't enough to break the model. And yeah, so the very tippy top peak was what? December 17th. And then after markets collapsed on December 18th, that's when it finally snapped lower. So we've been waiting for this moment for a long time. Yes, indeed. So it happened. Pretty cool, huh? Part of history now. My models are part of history. Whether it predicted the CR to get discovered by Elon Musk and the Doge team and get completely deflated and destroyed and make Mike Johnson look like a complete traitor and failure as a person and liar. You know, he has tried to paint himself such a constitutional individual, constitutionally based individual, as conservative as it get from Louisiana, right? Most conservative House Speaker was what he was kind of promoted as when he first came to office. He promoted this very conservative value, Christian value kind of guy, saying that, you know, the whole House was praying and got down their knees, and his wife was. Oh my goodness, it was a great parade. And all the conservatives were very excited, as we always are, and then they lied to us. And then Mike Johnson somehow becomes completely compromised within the construct of the Congress, and I'm not sure what happens to these guys. They get blackmailed to death, or they do something really bad, or they go to a party like yeah, I won't go there. And then I don't know, but he's been compromised. He's lying through his teeth now and deceiving the public blatantly. So he's not a good guy anymore. He should leave office immediately. Anyone who says they're a conservative Christian and doesn't have a strong backbone and gonna deceive the American people with a huge, over 1,000-page CR to destroy America and all the things that were in it. Mike Johnson, if you're listening to this or you have a relative that's listening to this, number one, you should be ashamed of yourself. You shouldn't. I hope your family name, God stands against your family name for 4 generations, and you are about to destroy my American brothers and sisters who are listening to this. And so may the Lord oppose you, man, and your family name for 4 generations because you were willing to put that through. That is uncalled for. My kids were going to have to pay that, my grandkids, and you were okay with that. So therefore, I think I hope that God stands against you because you're willing to destroy my generations after me. That's horrible. That is uncalled for. And I don't normally get in politics because I really don't care because much of them are not worth calling out because they don't play fair to begin with. But this one was a little. If you're going to call yourself a conservative Christian, you better act like it. And that's not acting like it at all. So I enjoy Benny Johnson as well. Hopefully some of you watch some of the Benny Johnson clips on my blog and enjoy Benny Johnson's humor. I certainly do. A lot of dad humor in it. So I talk just like I would. I would curse a little bit. Yeah. I have a bunch of kids at home, so I'm sorry I'm a little long-winded here today. Maybe it's the Christmas mood. I don't know. But anyways, the model called the big giant bust. Finally, right? It was waiting for it. Got it. All right, let's move to some micro models. So you can see that this one's kind of pointing near the December 23rd for the bottom. I think that's going to happen. So let's look at that. this is a great time to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to, and you haven't done so already, or comment. I actually try to comment a lot, or reply to comments, I should say. So if you're interested in commenting, feel free. There's been a few snarky ones that obviously they don't do their homework when they ask me how much the market's gonna fall, and they pretend like I'm not gonna give them the value. If they listen to the video, they would know a fair estimate what I've stated for the macro busts. And even on TradingView, my handle is MarketTimer777. I even said it's gonna, 4-hour scale. Here's the moving averages on my blog. I do the same thing. brschultz WordPress site. You can check it out. But if you don't want to hear a bunch of me rant and rave and do dad humor and rant all the time, and my passion and for some of the greats of American history, I wouldn't go to my blog or anything. Maybe just go on TradingView, because I kind of do my rants and my dad humor on the blog all the time, and some people don't really enjoy that, so I can respect that. So, anywho, please subscribe if you would, and if you care to donate, feel free. If you want to wish me a Merry Christmas, or you like my work, or whatever you want to do, you can use the QR code or the code below the video. I should probably say that because a lot of people skip over probably that second slide and don't ever hear me say that. Okay, so this is the gold wave that I talk about so much on the 5-minute scale. It is a work of beauty. I think I'm really getting a hold of it. And those of you who do follow me on my blog know that I think this is going to be a turning point in my market timing career. A new era is dawning, I believe, because I put weekly data into this puppy. And for Bitcoin, it predicts that there's going to be a mid to late March low on a weekly scale in Bitcoin. For interest rates, it does the same. And for the S&P 500, believe it or not, it does the same. So I guess like the congressional budget or something is formed and shaped in March. So whatever it is, the market is going to swoon and break down into March. And those of you who remember maybe from a video or two ago, I was predicting that the peak in markets would be in late November 2024, maybe early December, and then break down over the next 4 months. And that was why the title of the videos were Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Over the Next 4 Months, And so I've made every effort I can to try to help maybe make 1 or 2 people a millionaire. Who knows? Maybe I'll become successful by God's grace. And if it's true, that means I'm on my path to better and greater things for sure. So that's gonna be my strong suit. If I can predict 6-8 weeks out with high degree of accuracy, and then maybe even once you get close, then you can use this daily scale gold wave. I'm a little excited, to say the least, because that would just mean that my portfolio would keep climbing. Okay, so the green wave, you got the 1, 2, 3 in white there, going out to December 23rd. Then you got the beautiful gold wave. It's a 2, 3, 4. Number 1 is back in time, so that also strikes December 23rd as the bottom for the swing trade. And then you have a center line. So center line breakdowns are important in that this is a bottom model, number 1. So when you have a trend going lower and lower on the graph, you have a 3 count into a lower section of the graph. I believe it forces the waves to adhere to that lower level. And so in order for waves to break down and stay down near that level, it demands that the pricing stays low, right? Or it breaks down the pricing. So you kind of see around point number 3, that's in white. In the purple, it broke down, and now it's trying to stay underneath the center line that black diagonal is running out to, right? So everything kind of broke down that, staying underneath that trend line. All because, I believe, of that hinge point on December 23rd. So it's really forcing the pricing to break down. That's, I guess, maybe the best way to explain it in 5th grade terms. That was actually my first, one of my first slogans for market timing back 10 years ago. I want to make it so easy a 5th grader, 5th grade type of model, so to speak, could beat Wall Street Professional. So maybe I'm getting there. We'll see. But nonetheless, December 23rd is the model's bottom. On my blog, I've listed the 4-hour SMAs. I think on the SPX 500 USD, the 4-hour SMA that I have, 2 SMAs that I have is like 57.80 and then 56.50 for Monday. So it would be interesting to see if we hit 56.50 on the futures sometime on Monday, or 57.80. Again, that'd be SPX 500 USD on TradingView.com. I think the cash index is like 30 points different or something. It's quite a bit different than the futures continuous contract. So yeah, I'm talking a lot today. So hopefully you're enjoying it. Hopefully you're, I don't know, enjoying this. I try to keep some really short, and other times I maybe get in the talking mood. All right, so that's the December 23rd low, and that's the next swing trade point. So the peak was around what, the 29th or 2nd, and if you were to hold it to like a 1% tolerance, the model, would theoretically get the call correct or whatever for the peak. So it's difficult, right? You have multiple points, but yeah. So anyways, good results so far. And the next swing trade bottom would be December 23rd, and then the next swing trade peak, as you remember from the first slide, the intro, was January 3rd. So let's go look at that. All right. So if I've mastered this gold wave and synced it properly, we have a beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4 count going out to looks like January 1st on the model. Any of you that have watched my work for a good length of time know that holidays have to be taken out in the future. So Christmas would have to be taken out, and then January 1st, which is a holiday as well, American holiday. So those two have to be taken out. At least I think January 1st is a holiday. Anyways, I think it's going to be roughly that Friday, January 3rd, roughly at this point. I can provide an update in, 8 days from now, 9 days from now, when we get closer to the end of the year. So you can see the 1, 2, 3, 4 in the gold wave, and that this would be amazing, number one, because how easy is it just to use the green and the purple to get a good read, right? Because I mean, the green you could throw so many different 3 points every now and then. Like it to me, it's complicated. That's why I had to get like a 10-minute model to try to get the pivot trade swings, right? Because it just throws a lot, and you could probably get a few different combinations of three touch points on the green wave out into the future, and that makes it a little bit more complicated, less clear, right? So the gold wave to me is a much more beautiful thing. Obviously, to get all those things to sync just ever so gently and perfectly is a mathematical thing of beauty. It's not that I'm good at things, it's just that I'm persistent. I just keep trying and trying and trying, and then just keep thinking about me saying trying for the next 4 hours is basically what I believe about how I've reached success. If I do reach success in this, is because I am that guy that is just he doesn't give up, who is extremely persistent. And I've been a failure my entire life at a lot of things, but one thing I am good at is never giving up at being a failure. I guess I just keep trying. And that's why I have so many kids. Oh, I failed at the first one. Maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll be a better role model for the second one. Then you failed, and after you have a half a dozen, you're like, oh my goodness, I don't think I'll ever be good at this. No, but I do enjoy very much being a dad, and hopefully if my kids are listening to this in the distant future, I love every one of them, and I'm glad to be their dad. Merry Christmas to my kids as well, if you're listening to this in the future. All right, so you got the 1, 2, 3, 4 on Jimmy. I see that you're texting me at this exact moment, asking me what the next step is in a text, and I am actually recording a video right now, so I'm actually answering your request, and you don't know it. So anyways, after the December 23rd low, it looks like then markets will have some type of 10-day sideways or run up in markets. That's going to be their next pivot. So as you might expect, after things bottom, it might have a 5-wave move up, and it might be sluggish. It might go sideways until it breaks down again. And that sideways movement is still a pivot or swing trade. So some people are not going to enjoy that, right? My work is more time based. I'm not a momentum swing trader, if you will. So maybe that's a good clarification to know. This is not momentum. So if you're like, oh, I'm going to make tons of money on options, probably not going to be true. Whereas if you just play a straight index or a futures contract, obviously options versus playing futures or something, get very different results. The time decay is different, and yada yada yada. Where the futures trader might make money on a move, where the options trader may not, because the slow path to getting there burns up the options contract, but the futures contract, is based on points, and with a little bit of time decay and things like that. But yeah, I'm not a professional in any way, shape, or form. Disclaimer. I'm not licensed, so please speak with a licensed professional prior to investing, as I am not that guy. All right, so you got the green wave as well. You got a 1, 2, 3 in green there on the screen, and that also goes out to the very beginning of January, which January 3rd is what I'm tying it down as right now. And then obviously if I get closer to that date and see something different pop up, but I want you to see how this works, right? I have to get near the bottom, or usually I have to. Obviously the 1, 2, 3, 4 in white formed through the end of October, so I guess I didn't really need to wait this long to create a video, blah blah blah. But in a lot of other circumstances, you would need the gold wave that's forming right now with the sell-off by that purple wave going higher, because this graph is inverted. So the gold wave is going higher. So as the market sells off, as that purple wave stays in a weak state, that means this gold wave keeps going higher, where we are currently in today's date or whatever. And then you might say, well, why is the purple wave extended out in the future a couple days? Well, that's to get the averaging in a more clarified position. So we can kind of see where it is in the current day. I just kind of make data flat into the future by 2 days. And that helps me better gauge where the indicator really is currently, because due to the extreme averaging of some of the waves, how many data points it takes into consideration, how many 5-point data points it takes into consideration specifically, that's where I run into a problem, right? So if I put 2 days into the future with kind of like flat data, the next 2 days are gonna have the same high, maybe a little bit higher low or whatever, and it ends roughly in the midpoint of those 2 points, right? And so it's kind of a muted 2-day extension, but that helps the calculations for the current day, if you will, and helps me understand where the graph is more than likely near current day. So I don't mean to explain everything to you, because some of you probably don't care, but for those of you who do care and want to hear a little bit about it, you never know. You never know if your videos become viral or not, or maybe you get a what's it called, a cult following. Maybe I get a cult following someday. Who knows? Maybe make my own T-shirts, blah blah blah. Become a legend in my own mind, as my parents used to say. No, I don't think I'll ever be anything important, but being a dad is exactly that. You don't want to be anything important. You want to be important for your kids, and that's about it. You want to make sure your kids are raised up right, and they know the truth, the way, and the life, Jesus Christ, and what Christmas means, and the good, strong American values that we were formed and founded with. That's what makes you a legend, and nothing else. It's the quiet heroes that are the legends. They're what made America great over all these decades. So thank you if you served in military, if you've been a nurse, public educator. Keep shining the light in the dark places, and keep standing for truth. Keep living out truth. And keep being a great example for your kids. Yeah. So anyways, I think that is a wrap up here. You see the next swing trade. And sorry it's a little bit long. I guess I'm going to reach almost 30 minutes today. But every now and then I get a little bit like I want to be long-winded and speak a little bit. So hopefully you enjoyed my work. Hopefully you're enjoying the accuracy. And yes, over time I'll incorporate the weekly models and hopefully try to show you incorporate them into my work. I'm really excited about them, actually. I really do think it's a new era dawning in my work, and I think being able to correctly use this type of scenario that you're seeing on the graph here, that's hyper accurate, and then apply that to a weekly scale, right, and predict almost the exact week that 10 weeks into the future where the bottom's going to be or the peak. I think obviously that would be a game changer for anybody, because hyper accurate 8 to 10 week information is hard to come by. Shoot, short-term stuff is as well. All right, I'm getting a little long-winded now. So anyways, take care and good talking to you. Take some time if you want to. Leave comments below the video. I don't have a huge following at this point, so I do like to comment. Yeah, chat with the individuals that leave comments. The gap for all my videos from 2022 is I blew things up, and I swore to myself I'm not gonna make crap videos. I'm not gonna release garbage. And after I made a garbage video, I think in May of 2022 or something, or March, whatever, I decided nope, I'm not gonna be the individual that keeps making stupid videos when the quality's not there. So either my work is going to be quality, my name hopefully will be known for quality in market timing in video form, pure gold. But yeah, if I get to a point where I cannot consistently provide quality data and call these swing trades like the model's been able to do so far, then you'll see me disappear again, because I believe my work has to be quality or there's no video. So the reason why you're seeing the video today is because I believe that my work is providing a quality value that you're not going to find elsewhere. And that's why I leave the donation link up as well, because I believe there's people that enjoy this. So anyways, hopefully you and your family have a Merry Christmas if I don't make another video after Christmas. Yeah, Happy New Year as well. And look for a video from me maybe near the end of the year. Thank you so much. I'm Schultz. Until next time, take care. So hopefully you've enjoyed my show today. Warning, this is all forecast use only. Come here. You want to read this for me? What does that say? Forecast?
Forecast.
Use?
Use only.
Only. Right. And what's this say?
Warning.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. I am not
a licensed investment professional. That's Latin. So say caveat emptor. Seek professional advice prior to investing. Bears risk
of
financial
loss.
Very good. And so basically this is saying if you ever try to invest in stocks or anything else, you could lose money. Warning, warning, warning. And all my graphs are subject to change. And not all the results are not always the same. Yeah. Thank you for reading for me.
You're welcome.
And that's it for today. I'm BR Schultz. Until next time, take care.